on the treasure that is Christ. We summon all Christians to slow down in a fast-paced and often directionless life and fast from the unnecessary things that distract us, to heed the call of the Lord that is a wake-up call for the soul. This wake-up call is accompanied by the message that the Lord proclaims through the lips of the prophet: return to me. If we have to return, it means that we have wandered off or have full-on left. Each season of the Christian calendar is a period of discovery. Within each period of time, a time of rediscovery of the direction of life. In life's journey, as in every journey, what really matters is not to lose sight of the goal. During any journey, if we are distracted, we will not get far, and we encourage all believers to ask themselves whether they are seeking the way forward in the journey of life, whether they are satisfied with living in the moment, or if they are thinking only of feeling good, solving some problems, and having fun. Just recently, some friends of mine finished the pilgrimage across northern Spain, the El Camino pilgrimage, 30 days of walking, and the fellowship that develops between the different groups, and the deeper and stronger love within their group, their marriages, etc. Their journey was focusing on keeping ahead of those problems of life, strengthening their connection with the Lord, and being a part of each other's life. Where is the path? They may have asked at times, because there is signage, but sometimes it's not easy to see. To what goal am I directing my life? What is the treasure which I seek? You must ask this of yourself if you are distracted from the goal. Is it the search for health, which many say comes first, but which eventually passes on? Could it be possessions or well-being? None of the above. For the Lord is the goal of life's journey. We are not in this world for this. The Lord is the goal of our journey in this world. The path must lead to Him. Think of markers you see in the church throughout the year. Each is a guidepost, each at a crossroad, showing us believers the way to Christ and the way to the kingdom. For example, the mark of the ashes on Ash Wednesday is such a sign that keeps us finding our direction. It is a reminder that of the many things occupying our thoughts, which we chase after and worry about every day, nothing will remain. No matter how hard we work, we will take no wealth with us from this life. Earthly realities fade away like dust in the wind. Possessions are temporary. Power passes. Success wanes. The culture of appearance prevalent today, which persuades us to live for passing things, is a great deception. It is like the blaze, once ended, only the ashes remain. Great beauty passes far quicker than people realize. For once beauty has passed in the early 40s, the things women do to try to maintain that young look is truly disgusting. Some of us never cared one bit about makeup. Personally, I can count the number of days that I wore makeup during this lifetime. But I had no loss. I didn't care. And people would say, well, don't you want to be beautiful? And I would just look at them rather witheringly and say, thank you. I appreciate your feedback. Do you always want to be an ass? Because they hadn't realized with their statement, they were telling me I was ugly. Like my signpost is, ugly is transitory, stupid is eternal. Now is the time to free ourselves from the illusion of chasing after dust, and for rediscovering that we are created for God, not by God for the world, for the eternity of heaven, not for earthly deceit, for the freedom of the children of God, not for slavery to things or others. Prayer unites us to God, charity to others. Charity connects us to our neighbor, fasting to ourselves. God, my neighbor, my life are the three realities that do not fade away, in which we must invest. We are invited to focus, first of all, on the Almighty in prayer, which frees us from that horizontal and mundane life where we find time for ourselves, but we forget God. Prayer invites us to focus on others, with the charity that frees us from the vanity of acquiring and of thinking that things are only good if they are good for us. Finally, prayer invites us to look inside our heart with fasting, which frees us from attachment to things and frees us from the worldliness that numbs our heart. Prayer, charity, and fasting. 3 investments for a treasure that endures. We need direction so as to reduce the risk of being distracted by outward appearances, by money, career, or hobbies, all things that can enslave us and cause us to lose direction. Whereas if our heart is attached to what does not pass away, we rediscover ourselves and are set free. Self-examination is to prepare for a full and total reconciliation to God through Christ, in a time of grace that liberates the heart from vanity. It is a time of healing from addictions that seduces us. It is a time to fix our gaze on what abides. Sisters and brothers, Christians all, we encourage you to fix your gaze upon the crucified one, upon the risen one. Jesus on the cross is life's compass, which directs us to heaven. He is the greatest treasure in all the earth, above and below. From the cross, Jesus teaches us the great courage involved in renunciation and urges us to free ourselves from the clutches of consumerism, worldliness, and the snares of selfishness, from always wanting more and more and more and never being satisfied, and from a heart closed to the needs of the poor. When you are never satisfied, there is never anything to be called a treasure, for all that comes your way will never be bright and shiny enough, and never meet your unbounded, sin-filled needs. It is difficult to live as he asks, but he leads us to our goal. And if we take the path of love, then we will embrace the life that never ends, and we will be full of the simplest and most joyful treasure. Joy-filled love.